Jeff stepping aside, Jeff Immelt's got a new boss coming in. Is that going to make any difference to your bit of the business?
No. We've known John for a long time. You know, he's not a rookie at GE. He's been there for quite a while, and I've known John for over 20 years. Look, you know, I can tell you, Jeff was an incredible supporter of the aviation business. He really invested in us. He understood the proposition of value for aviation as part of the GE portfolio, and we couldn't have been happier to have him in the role. John's going to be just the same. We're really thrilled that John got the job. You know, these kind of transitions occur. Now's a good time, and we're excited. We look forward to having John come in and help us with all the execution we have got to do.
I was about to say, you've got a lot going on right now. So you've got the LEAP engines coming through.
Yeah.
This is a kind of high bypass engine. It's quite quiet. It's the next generation that we're talking about. You're doing, what, 500 this year, close to 500 this year, 400 to 500 this year? Are you kind of comfortable with that number still?
Yeah, and so let me give you a perspective. We produced more LEAPs first quarter this year than we did all of last year, to give you an idea. We're 500 around this year. We go to 1,200 in 2018, and we go to somewhere between 1,800 and 1,900 the year after that. So, you know, we're comfortable with the 500 number this year, but we're really looking beyond that because we have to get rate ready for 1,200 in 2018. So our monthly rate has got to be proven that we can run that fast before December. You know what I mean? So, you know, for the next 2 years, just getting ourselves up to this rate of somewhere between 19 and 2,100 a year, which is where we'll end up on the LEAP, is really the challenge. It's how fast the change occurs.
Right, so it's the delta, it's the rate of change.
Yeah, and as you and I were talking just a little earlier, if you look at all of the commercial engines that have been built over the last 5 years, CFM and GE represent 68%. So we're comfortable with these rates, absolutely comfortable with these rates. Getting everybody in that delta to do the transition of product family is what we're focusing on for the next 2 years.
You love your supply chain?
Yeah. You know, I'm really happy with our supply chain. We do a lot of redundancy management, so 90% of the parts inside a LEAP engine have two sources. In the event that, you know, something happens with one, we can assure ourselves that the other one can supply. Each one of them have been challenged to run at twice the rate that we've given them a purchase order
for. Pick up the other guys.
Exactly. And we do that on a regular basis. So every time we cut in a rate change, 6 months earlier, the entire supply chain has proven they can run there, so that we know where the weak links are and we can go out and fix them before we ever have to make the commitments for the rate.
I ask these questions because the financial markets are rating engine companies pretty highly at the moment.
Oh, sure.
So
and we like that.
I was about to say, that must be good, but it raises a challenge. So you've got to deliver. You've got to deliver on
it. You know,
that.
Guy, you and I have talked about this. If I could tell you, there have been times in this industry where the challenge is finding the next great product, you know, on a big scale. And there's times in this industry where the challenge is execution. And if you take a look on the commercial portfolio right now, we're in a big execution phase, whether it be LEAP ramp, whether it be 9X, which is now on test, which replaces the GE 90 on the new 777X. And, of course, we're also doing a lot of work on the middle of the market, getting ready for that as well.
You're taking me in the direction I want to go. Thank you very much. We were just talking to Dennis Muhlenberg. People are calling it 797. Well, Steve Harsey's trying to name it, I think. He's trying to call it the 797. I think some people are calling it the middle of the market, the mum aircraft.
The mum.
That's not what Boeing are calling it. But we'll see what we end up with as a name. Other engine manufacturers are talking.
Yeah.
Are you?
Look, anytime we start looking at a new engine for a new airplane, it's exciting. That's what this industry's built on, right, is new airplanes, new engines. So certainly we're excited about the opportunity. I feel really good about where we're positioned with all the technologies because of the transformation of the portfolio we've been on for the last 10 years, including LEAP, including NX and 9X. So, sure, we're excited about it. And we have, of course, been working with Boeing to determine, iterating, what our offer would be. The big thing for us is to make sure we like the business case. Just what you said. The markets are looking at us. They've got a lot of expectations on our performance. So certainly the evaluation will be, A, technically, come up with the right engine. B, evaluate the business case and make sure we like it before we make a commitment. And that's the process we're going through.
Usually these air shows, we spend a lot of time talking about commercial. And we have spent a lot of time talking about commercial. But let's talk for a moment about defense.
Yeah.
Is the opportunity, do you see the opportunity now as being significantly different than it was 2 or 3 years
Absolutely.
ago? Has Trump made a difference?
Yeah.
I hear you guys are telling me you're moving engineers into defense to try and capture that.
Yeah, so we're under contract for $1 billion for this thing called the Adaptive Engine Technology Development, AETD. which is a third stream or a new technology that we're working on for a Gen 6 combat engine.
Yep.
Between that and the next generation helicopter engine, which we're under contract for as well, in addition to the work we're finishing up, we have got a lot of opportunity in military. So military has always been a growth business for us as we take a look at it between now and 2025. It's growing every year. There's an inflection point coming, Guy, when these programs will go into production. We've moved 760 engineers from our commercial portfolio into our military portfolio. So not only are we ready on technologies that we can use inside these new military applications, we got great technologists to go ahead and execute efficiently and productively. So we're very excited about it.